Hello and happy Tuesday. My name is Wendy Lee, and you can find me at CreativeLeeYours.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US and excited that you're joining me today for our paper crafting fun. Yay, 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 yay. So today, if you're joining me when this video premieres, today is March 31st of 2026. Where did March go? Crazy, right? Oh, so we've got a lot going on. Registration is open for our April Cultivated Creativity, which is our cutest crew. I love it. It's so adorable. Kit. Anyway, that's our DIY paper crafting kit. We curate a beautiful experience for you. You're going to grow your crafting skills. You're going to learn fabulous layouts, and I'm here to support you along your journey. Yes. All right. It's lovely. You can find details on my website, creativelyyours.com, or if you've got questions, reach out and I am happy to help you get started. Demonstrator pre-order is going on for our May product release. Very excited about that. So if you would like to get your hands on our goodies sooner than May, reach out. Yes, I'd love to have you join our community, um, and would be thrilled to welcome you. But also happy to answer any questions. All right. Exciting things happening tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow will be April 1st. And do you know what that means? It's Awesome April time. Yay! So Awesome April is a fan favorite that I hold every single year. So what I do is I get out all the items in my crafty stash that are no longer available to purchase and I gift them away. Yes. So with a qualifying order, you can earn items from my crafty stash. Everything's first come, first serve. You can see full details on my website if you'd like to check that out, or ask questions if you've got any. So that's exciting. So exciting. I can't wait to gift away all of my crafty stash. My retired crafty stash, anyway. We also have the virtual album retreat registration going on now. That's going to take place April 29th through May 1st. It's a multi-hour event each day, and you're going to leave with a 10-page scrapbooking spread. What? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So if you're ready to get some scrapbooking done, if you've never scrapbooked before, right? This is a great opportunity. So this event is actually hosted by Stampin' Up! So the experts are going to be teaching you as you develop your skills in scrapbooking. I love it. I can't wait to see what everybody is going to create. Yes? So the best way to stay up to date on everything is to join my email list. Yep, you can do that. Expand the video description. You're going to see the link right down there, and you can copy paste and join. Yes, I do gift out a free tutorial bundle every single month that's exclusive to my email list. And those are great projects. They're designed so that you can just grab what's on your crafty stash and get creating. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and switch the camera over and get to today's crafty fun, shall we? Okay, so for today's project, we are featuring the Cutest Crew stamp set and die bundle. I'm actually not using the dies for this one, although they are adorbs. I love them and could be used even if you didn't have the stamp set. You might not use these long ones that cut out the stamped images, but there's a lot of other fun little elements that you could use in there, which we are fully exploring in our April Cultivated Creativity project kit this month. So today I'm going to focus just on the stamp set, and the project we're going to make is this adorable one here. So this is the bonus card that I will be sending out for Cultivated Creativity this month. I did make it in 3 color versions, and I'll show you that because as I've talked to you about before, I make 192 cards to go into the project kits. So I want everyone that is a subscriber to the program to have some extra inspiration and to know that I love them, right? I appreciate them. I couldn't do what I do without the support of my community. And Cultivated Creativity is a big part of that. So I always want to make a special card for them, but I also have to keep in mind I'm making 192, right? Now, while this card is simple, it's not plain, right? There's lots of interest going on by doing some simple techniques. So we're adding some stamping right on some designer paper, which the designer paper levels it up one anyway, right? If you were to use a solid piece of cardstock, it's a little flat, right? It's not that it's not good. It's still a good card. But when you add that level up of the designer paper, it just adds a little extra touch. And then stamping in that background really adds a fun element to the layers as well, keeping it simple, but not making it boring. And then we've got our lovely die cut banner, our stamped little paws, and we've used our punched elements as our embellishments. And of course, we always bring the design to the inside. Yes? All right, let's get started with this one. All right, so I'm bringing in my layer of my designer paper. This is 3 3/4 by 5. Now, the complete supply list and cut dimensions are on my website, CreativeLeeYours.com. So you can go out there right now and grab that if you're interested. Full blog post. All right, I've got early espresso ink, and I'm going to ink up my lovely puppies. Now, this would also be super sweet in the kitties, I think. So I'm just picking a spot. Don't overthink this. And I'm going to stamp a row of the puppies. Yes? All right, so let's come down a little lower, and we're going to do a second row of puppies. So cute. Okay, and then come down again, and I'm going to do a third row, and I'm offsetting this one over a little bit to change up what puppy is on the end. But how adorable is that? And you could do this on the inside if you wanted to as well. That's completely up to you. Okay, so now that we've got this layer stamped, let's go ahead and add it to our early espresso layer. I love that this paper is double-sided, so depending on which color you like the best, you're going to see a variety of what's on the back versus the front, right? So it does give you quite a bit of choice. So the early espresso layer is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So then I'm going to put this on a pecan pie card base. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're just going to fold this in half for our card base. Let me get that a good burnish. Nice. And then I'm going to adhere this flat to the card front. You could pop it up, and I know a lot of times I do, but today I am doing it flat. Nice. I love it. I love it already. So I did want to make sure that my sentiment had a little more going on since I left the background fairly simple, although those dogs are just cute as can be. So I've cut this largest banner out of very vanilla cardstock with the Nested Essentials dies. And I think it adds a really nice touch to our project here. So let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. Let's slide some things out of our way. I'm going to use Early Espresso ink again, and I'm going to do just a little hello. Adorable, adorable. And then I'm going to bring in my pecan pie ink pad and the little footprints. And we'll just add that cute touch onto our label. And that really, I think, elevates it. Just adding that little touch of those footprints. What do you guys think? Do you love it? I love it. I do so much. I do. So when I was playing with the design of this card, I really felt like I wanted a pop of color. And so I brought in this red and white baker's twine. So we're going to use about 14 inches. I will roughly measure that just because the spool might get in my way on this one. And I'm going to wrap this around the top of the label. I'm going to tie a little bow here. So let's go ahead and crisscross. Now, I'm not going to worry about where the bow sits right this second. I'm looking more to get the twine ends somewhat even. So let's bring in our reverse tweezers because that's going to hold that for us so that it doesn't come too loose. And I can make my loops, and I can already tell one's going to be longer than the other, but that's okay. We'll see how it goes. And then I can take that out. So helpful to have the tweezers, right? And I'm going to hold the knot and pull the ends, and then I can tighten that up. Now, the good thing is the one that ended up longer was the one on top, And I think that that's okay. Actually, it doesn't matter really if either one is longer than the other. Cute. And then that'll just hang off the side. Now, if the bow is too big for you, you can make that a little bit smaller. I say don't overthink it, right? It's just a cute little touch of color. Now let's go ahead and pop this right up on to our card front. We got to have something popped up, don't we? I think so. I think so for sure. Now I'm going to straddle that twine just to kind of hold it in place since it's up at the top and I don't want it to slide around on me. So we're just going to capture that twine. You could put some other adhesive on it if you wanted to. And then I'm going to place this up. So it's not quite to the very top of the card. Let's slide it over to the right a little bit too. It's not totally up to the top, but I love crossing the layers with my elements. I think it adds a really nice touch. So that's what I've done here. I've gone above these layers, but not all the way up at the top. So it needs a little something, right? So this is where the hearts come in. So grabbing my trusty Bee Builder punch, one of my faves, I am going to come in here and I'm going to cut out one large and one small heart. Yes. So you guys know our punches lock, right? If you've not used them before. So they come locked and then you unlock them to open them. So I'm going to show you how to lock them back, which is the opposite of when you open them, right? All right. So you're going to squeeze. That puts it back in locked position, right? And you can unlock, same thing. And the paper goes in the end that's closed more. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I do like to use mine upside down, as you saw. And the reason I do that is so that I can see what I'm cutting out, right? Sometimes that's super important. Sometimes it's not, but anyway. All right, I'm going to take a mini Stampin' Dimensional here. There we go. And we are going to just add that little pop of red onto the card front. What do you think? I think it's adorable. So cute. All right, let's do the inside. So I've got a piece of Very Vanilla that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So it's the same as my espresso on the front. Okay. And then I've got a leftover strip of the wood grain paper. So as I said, I am making 192 of these. So when I cut the designer paper, based on the measurements I've got, I can get 6 card fronts out of one sheet and 6 little strips for the bottom. Now, could I make these skinnier? Sure, but this is left over, so I thought, why not use it? And it adds a nice touch to the card, right? So this piece here is 3 3/4 by 1 inch. And I am going to just add that to the bottom here. And we're going to have a little peeking border on those 3 sides. And then we've got our lovely large heart. Now, you could add a sentiment to the inside if you wanted to. I, again, kept it super simple. Or maybe even add a little bit of those puppy prints if you wanted to jazz it up a bit more. I think this is fine, especially if you're going to mass produce your projects, right? You got to keep that in mind. What is the purpose of the card that you're making? If you're making one, you might go way over the top, right? Fun folds. Granted, you can do fun folds and make masses, but it depends on the fold, right? All good stuff. All right. So cute. All right, let's show you the other 2 colorways that I did. So because this pack it actually has 4 different colors in the prints. It's got the pecan pie, it's got early espresso, which that one doesn't show up as obvious, but in person, it's hard to show on video, but in person you can see those puppies and it still adds that really nice touch. And then there's a creme cake version. There's also a basic beige. I chose not to use the basic beige. Instead, I flipped it over to the pecan pie side. So I have double the pecan pie cards because that was my favorite, right? Do you guys have a favorite? Is there one color that you're drawn to more than the other? If you're a Cultivated Creativity subscriber, do you have one that you're hoping is in your packet? I know, it's so random. It's fun though, right? If you guys are enjoying the content I'm sharing with you, please give my channel a thumbs up. It does help me out. And if you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to invite your crafty friends to come over on Tuesdays to join us for our paper crafting fun. Thanks so much, and I will see you again next Tuesday. Bye for now.